Are you all feeling good? Are you all happy? I hope you're all happy and excited. Yes or no? Students, in the previous class, we have learned a beautiful story. Am I right? What is the title of the story? Into the Unknown. We have learned a lot about pterodactyls. Now, in this class, I am going to teach you a poem. This is all about forest. Okay? What is the other name of the forest? Woods. So, here the title itself shows what is there in the poem. And this particular poem was written by an Indian author and he received Nobel Prize for Literature, and his first work was a popular work and it was popular in the entire world, The Jungle Book. Did you watch the movie The Jungle Book? Okay, so The Jungle Book is a popular story written by the poet. He is a short story writer, he is a famous writer and his name is Rudyard Kipling. What is his name? Rudyard Kipling. Okay, and the title of the poem we are going to learn today is The Way Through the Woods. The Way Through the Woods. Woods, forest. So the way through the woods. Way means path. Okay, there was a path in the woods, in the forest before 70 years. Okay, before 70 years people used that particular way to go somewhere. Okay, why we are using the way? Why we are using the roads? For transportation we are using, right? So in the same way, so before 70 years people used this particular way and now it is completely locked. We cannot see the way there. Okay, though there is nothing, though we cannot see the road or the way, animals in that forest is using that way. We cannot see anything and it is completely closed. The area has completely changed, but still the animals in that forest, they identify where the way is and they are following, they are using that particular road. Okay, that particular way. And this is a simple poem. It is talking only about the way in a forest. And the title of the poem is The Way Through the Woods. Are you all ready for our today's class, students? How many of you have visited forests? In the forest can we see big highways? In the midst of the forest can we see big highways? No, there will be a small path. Okay, through that path we have to move forward or go forward. So in the midst of the forest we cannot find any highways. In the midst of the sea can we find any way? No. Okay, so here this poem is all about the way through the woods, forest. Okay, now take your textbook, students. Take your textbook and take page number 114, 114. First, let's read the poem. Okay. The way through the woods. They shut the road through the woods 70 years ago. Weather and rain have undone it again. And now you would never know there was once a path through the woods. Before they planted the trees, it is underneath the coppice and heath, and within 8 minutes, only the keeper sees that where the ring dove broods and the badgers roll at ease, there was once a road through the woods. It If you enter the woods of a summer evening late, when the night air cools on the trout-ringed pools, where the otter whistles his mate, they fear not men in the woods because they see so few. You will hear the beat of a horse's feet and the swish of a skirt in the dew, steadily cantering through the misty solitudes, as though they perfectly knew the old lost road through the woods, but there's no road through the woods. Okay. Now we cannot see any road or any way there, but still the animals can find way. And we can take this poem as we are solving lot many problems in our life, and we may think that there's no way for me to move forward. There's no way for me to escape from this problem. But ways or the paths are unseen, but still there are ways to escape, there are ways to solve the problems. Okay, this is the moral or the message conveyed by the poet Rudyard in this poem, The Way Through the Woods. Is that clear, students? Okay. First, this poem is a part of Rudyard Kipling's historical fantasy book, Rewards and Fairies. So this poem is a part of his famous book, Rewards and Fairies. The poet describes an abandoned road in the woods through small details, creating a sense of quiet mystery. So here the poet is describing a road which was in solitude, which is alone. Okay, nobody is walking through that woods, through that way, but he is describing about that way with a mystic elements, with mystery. Alright, first let's see what's there. They shut the road through the woods 70 years ago. So before 70 years they have shut, they closed that way. Weather and rain have undone it again. What's the meaning of undone? Reopened again. Okay, so first before 70 years or 70 years ago, people have closed that road, closed that way in the forest. But the weather and the rain again undone it, again opened that way. And now you would never know there was once a path through the woods. And now if you see the woods again, if you see that particular place, you cannot find a way there. Okay? Before 70 years there was a way in the wood and they closed it. During rainy season or because of change in the weather, it opened again. And now if you see that place, you cannot find any way. Next, before there was once a path through the woods. Before they planted the trees, it is underneath the coppice and heath and the thin anemones. Only the keeper sees that where the ring-dove broods and the badgers roll at ease, there was once a road through the woods. Here, now we cannot see what is there. We cannot see or we cannot find any way there in the woods. Okay, and the point is saying before few years we can find a clear way. There was once a path through the woods. There was a path, there was a way. Before they planted the trees, before they planted trees in that area, there was a road, there was a way. Before they planted trees, it is underneath coppice and heath. Now, where is that path? Where is that way? It is before or it is under the coppice. What is meant by coppice? coppice? An area in which small trees are cut periodically to make them grow faster. So there we can see, and in that particular area trees were planted and those trees were cut down in between for its good growth. Okay. So here before they planted the trees we can find a road. And heath. What is the meaning of heath? A large area of open land covered with grass and other wild plants. Now this particular area is completely covered with wild plants and coppice. Now we cannot find a way or a path there. It is completely filled with trees, grass and plants. And the thin anemones. What is meant by anemones? Small plants with cup-shaped white, red, blue or purple flowers. It's a flowering plant. Anemones is a flowering plant. Spell the word anemones. A-N-E-M-O-N-E-S. Anemones. Okay. Next. Only the keeper sees. Who is the keeper? One who is guarding, one who is protecting the forest. Only the keeper sees that where the ring dove broods. Ring dove. Where the dove broods. What is meant by brooding? The birds will sit on the egg for hatching. Right. So that is brooding. And the badgers roll at ease. Badgers is a kind of animal. Okay. Badger. Badger is an animal. It's a kind of animal. Roll at ease. There was once a road through the woods. Next. Yet, if you enter the woods, now he is saying only the keeper can identify where these ring doves are brooding and where these badgers are moving. Okay, only the guardian or the guard who is protecting the forest he may know what and where these animals are in the forest. Yet, if you enter the woods, if we are entering into that woods of a summer evening late, in a summer evening late, if we go and visit that particular forest, when the night air cools on the trout-ringed pools where the otter whistles his mate, they fear not men in the woods because they see so few. There, if you go and visit the forest during a summer season in the late evening, the air, the wind is very cold and chill. There in the pool, we can find trouts. Trout is a variety of fish. Okay? Trout is a variety of fish. And in the pool, we can see this particular kind of fish there in the woods. And the otter whistled his mate. Otter is also an animal, and this particular animal has web fingers like duck and frog. It is living, this particular otter lives in river. Okay, so this otter, this particular animal is calling its mates, calling its friends, as these animals know that there is nobody in that forest. No man will come. No man will come and visit or to disturb them. There is no man to disturb these animals, fish and birds there in the forest. You will hear the beat of a horse feet. There in that silence, in that night, we can hear the horse sound, its horse feet, and the swish of a skirt in the dew, steadily cantering through the misty solitude. What is meant by swish? A soft rustling sound. In the wind we can hear soft rustling sound. Okay. During the night time, if you are going deep into the forest, you can hear such rustling sound of the leaves, birds, animals. Next, cantering means moving at a fast but comfortable speed. We can hear the rustling sound in the woods. The misty solitudes. What is meant by solitude? A lonely or uninhabited place. Nobody will be there in that forest. A lonely place. Only the animals like otter, then badger, trout, horse. These are the creatures we can find in that forest. The misty solitudes, as though they perfectly knew the old lost road through the woods, but there's no road through the woods. All these creatures, all these animals will walk on that way, still there is no road or no path. Okay, is that clear, students? Here these animals are aware of that path, but there is no path. But still they can identify, okay, in this place we can find that way. So these animals are using that way, using that path, but still there is nothing. Okay, this is all about the poem, The Way Through the Woods. Here, if we look at the world, each and everybody in this world are solving problems in one way or the other. But we are worrying about everything. How could I solve this particular problem? How could I be a successful person in this world? All the doors are shut for me. It seems to be as you are alone, as you are in a solitude, as you are in the midst of the forest in a night time. But still, there are ways to escape, to solve those problems. Okay? This is the message of the poem, The Way Through the Woods. Though there is no road, though there is no path, these animals are using that way. But there is nothing. Okay? So
they shut the road through the woods 70 years ago. Weather and rain have undone it again, and now you would never know there was once a road through the woods before they planted the trees. It is underneath the coppice and heath, and the thin anemones. Only the keeper sees that where the ringdove broods and the badgers roll at ease, there was once a road through the woods. Yet, if you enter the woods of a summer evening late, when the night air cools on the trout-ringed pools, where the otter whistles his mate, they fear not men in the woods, because they see so few. You will hear the beat of a horse's feet, and the swish of a skirt in the dew, steadily cantering through the misty solitudes, as though they perfectly knew the old lost road through the woods. But there is no road through the woods.
They shut the road through the woods 70 years ago. Weather and rain have undone it again, and now you would never know there was once a road through the woods, before they planted the trees. It is underneath the coppice and heath and the thin anemones. Only the keeper sees that, where the ring-dove broods and the badgers roll at ease, there was once a road through the woods. Yet, if you enter the woods of a summer evening late, where the night air cools on the trout-ringed pools, where the otter whistles his mate, they fear not men in the woods, because they see so few. You will hear the beat of a horse's feet and the swish of a skirt in the dew, steadily cantering through the misty solitudes, as though they perfectly knew the old lost road through the woods. But there is no road through the woods.
students, I hope you all have understood this poem, The Way Through the Woods by Rudyard Kipling. See you all in the next class, students. Until, take care.